monkey gardening. It's another beautiful evening. This is about a week later from the last video I recorded, even though I released it a few days later. So quite a lot has moved on. I've had some work stuff to do, so I've not recorded as many videos. I wanted to record stuff the last couple of days, but it's been really windy and I didn't want to take stuff out. But it's a bit calmer now, so let's have a little look around the garden. One of the most exciting things that's happened in the last week is that I finally got an outside tap fitted. After 15, nearly 16 years of being in this house and doing gardening, I've constantly had to traipse in and out of the house with a watering can. But thanks to my friendly neighbour and handyman, I got this fitted last week. Speaking of watering, so I've been doing lots of watering today. Top tip, if you're watering trays of seedlings, rather than watering from the top down, it's better off to fill a tray with water and then put the tray on top and let the water soak up. If you water from the top, not only can you disturb the little seedling, which isn't very strong to start with, but you can also get kind of fungus growing on the surface. You'll quite often see on your trays a sort of white mildewy substance, and that's because the surface is too sodden. So you want to try and feed them from the bottom up if you can. So I'm just having a big sort out. So I've moved things around. So the polytunnel now has got everything that I'm either germinating or that has recently germinated and needs to establish itself. And under the fleece I've got things which are growing on. The polytunnel is now getting warm enough that I can actually germinate stuff in it. I was germinating on the windowsill, which was fine, but as soon as stuff germinates on the windowsill, it doesn't really get enough light. So the seedlings are searching for the light, and they tend to get all kind of straggly and what they call leggy. You can see it's happened to my what is this, rainbow chard. It's come through okay, but this is on the windowsill, wasn't getting enough light. It's gone all leggy. I'm going to prick these out and repot them and put them in the polytunnel. Here's my sunflowers, which have finally germinated, so I've got a few of those now. I'll be potting these up as well. Slight problem though is I'm running out of compost. It's quite hard to get hold of at the moment, so this is all I've got left. I'm going to get these tiny bags from Lidl, and the compost isn't very good, it's very lumpy, and yesterday I couldn't even get any from Lidl. I think everyone in the world is either gardening or baking at the moment. But I've just ordered an online order of 900 litres of compost, so that should be enough, but it's not arriving for another 10 days. So it's going to be a bit of a balancing act, finding where stuff's going to go until I can either pot stuff on or get them in the beds. At the end of the video I'll show you what's going on under the fleece. I'll put it back. We'll just have a quick look at the rest of the garden first. Okay, so I'm going to tidy up on the table today. There's all my junk and tools over there. The weather's been absolutely beautiful. So here are my peas. Oh, as you can see, the ground everywhere is covered in blossom. So my cherry tree, so over here with the wind, has just been shedding blossom all over the garden. I can't really complain. It's a pretty tree. I never actually get any cherries off it. Pigeons come along and eat them before they're ripe, and then kindly crap all over the garden. But even if you eat a ripe one, they don't taste very nice. I'm actually thinking of getting rid of the tree altogether, and maybe clearing this space out. I've got pipe dreams of getting chickens and looking after them. I'm thinking they might live over there if I can clear it all out. Anyway, the peas are doing well. You can see that they've moved up, grown up quite a lot since the last time we saw them. These ones at the front are already ready for me to start picking pea shoots off for salads. Might have some this evening. Here I've got some sweet peas. Apart from sunflowers, I've never grown any other flowers. My grandfather used to grow these. I remember the smell of them, so I'm quite keen to grow some of these. 4 of them have germinated. I've since found out that I should have soaked the seeds before trying to germinate them. These took a long time to come up. They took over 10 days, I think. So I'll probably do some more of those. Here's some rather weedy looking peas, but they've come on in the polytunnel. I'll plant those out as well for the pea shoots. Over here, my blackberry and raspberry are still doing well. This poor little thing which I tried to grow on, I've pruned off the end. It seems to be established in the pot as far as I can tell. I pruned off the end and stuck that in the ground as well. I don't know if that'll work, but it's quite a fun experiment. There's lots of little flowers developing on the raspberry and on the blackberry, so we should get some fruit this year. That's rather exciting. Although I grew these last year, I didn't get any fruit from them. They were just establishing themselves. So that's rather pleasing. Under the fleece, so if you remember, this is where I sowed the radish and the onions. So we can have a look here. I've not looked in here myself for a few days. And yes, we've got little radish seedlings. They're one of the fastest things that you can grow. So some of those come through. I hope a few more come through. Maybe that needs a bit of water. And you can see that the onions have all started to sprout. So yeah, they seem quite happy under the fleece. I am noticing it's quite dry under here. In general, the weather has been very dry. Oh, actually, some of these have really started going. Yeah, so that's rather good. So I might consider getting rid of this fleece now and netting this area over to protect from the squirrels and birds. I'll sort that out in a minute. Okay, so over in the cloche, so as you can see, I've grown rather a lot of courgettes. You'll see how many I've got when I show you what's under the fleece. So I'm just finding places for things to live at the moment. It's not so much protecting them from the cold at night. I'm not really getting any frost now, but they are kind of prone to wind damage. So having them under the cloche or having them under the fleece is quite useful until they've established themselves a bit more and they're ready to be plotted on. I'm actually considering a different system for growing the courgettes. I've been looking online, and the thing with courgettes, when you plant them in the ground, they take up an enormous amount of space. They sort of trail along the ground, and there is a system for growing them vertically up canes. So I might have a go with that with some of these. But I've got loads and loads of plants. I might give some of these away. My basil's still clinging on. I've been picking that and eating it. I got some more from the supermarket yesterday. It's not the happiest plant in the world. I think with basil you just have to keep sowing it, keep planting it. What else? The first flowers on the strawberry appeared today. So that's rather lovely. I've already seen bees buzzing around here. The other strawberries are coming on. This tiny plant here is a tiny strawberry flower. So in case you don't know, and I didn't know the first year that I grew them, the centre of the flower, when it gets to focus, is actually what becomes the strawberry. Okay, so I think that's all I need to show you for now. So what I'll do is I'll pull the fleece cover back off. Stop the video for a second while I do that, and I'll show you what's going on underneath here. Okay, so I've rolled back the fleece cover. So these are all the plants that don't really need to be under the polytunnel anymore. They've established themselves, but they need somewhere sheltered to be for now. So here I have my broad beans. They're looking very healthy. Again, I'm going to have to try and cling on with these until I get my compost through, or maybe plant a couple of them into the beds. We'll see. This is the lettuce that I haven't pricked out. You can see it's still growing on really healthily. I may pick out some more, but I've probably got enough plants now. I'll show you that in a second. And then the rest of it is more courgette plants. So yeah, I think I've got 17 altogether, which is way too many really, but they're quite fun to grow. They have grown really strongly. The seed must have been really good this year. So yeah, that's all good. And then last thing with the polytunnel, I've got things organised, so things that want the most heat are at this end of the polytunnel, which gets the most light during the day. You can see it's still getting light now. It's the first bit to get light in the morning. So we've got, well, I'm going to put the peas that you've seen that I was watering will go over here, because I'm still waiting for those to germinate. Then I've got some lettuce. This is some different type of lettuce. Actually no, this isn't. This is the second picking of the lettuce that I took out of the big tray. So that's establishing itself. So it seems like my picking out skills aren't too bad. Everything's surviving so far. This is a second type of lettuce. This is a red lettuce which I've germinated from the seed in the polytunnel. Behind that are some tomato seedlings, which I germinated in the heated propagator. To the left of that is a butternut squash plant, which I've never grown before, so that's exciting. Down here I've got some herbs. Here is coriander, which I'm not having much joy in germinating. I've got a little bit to germinate, which is down here. Might sow some more of that and give that another go. The thing is, seed is pretty cheap, so if things don't germinate, then just do some more. And also just sow more than you're ever going to need, and hopefully you're going to beat the odds. What else we got here? Another set of peas. So it's good to keep on sowing peas. I'd like to have pea shoots for a few months, so I can always find spaces for those. Next to that is another tray of spinach. I've not had an awful lot of joy germinating spinach, but we'll keep going. If I can just get a few of them up to decent sized bulb plants, then they'll grow on and give me a big yield. Some thyme there in the tubs. Some of it's germinated, some of it hasn't. Actually, that one there says is coriander, the one at the back is thyme. So again, coriander hasn't germinated. Now here I've got some rockets, and that germinated very quickly under the polytunnel. It seems to like it under here, so I'll grow that on a bit longer and then it will go under the fleece. Here's the first set of spinach that I planted. They've now got their true leaves and they're slowly developing into proper plants. So it's taking a while, but hopefully we'll eventually get some decent plants out of that. And then we have some more lettuce that I picked out. I think that was the second picking, and that was the very first picking. So they're really getting well established now. So I think I'm going to be okay for lettuce. I think that's about it. I've not got anything on seedling corner at the moment. We can quickly catch up with how Seb's plant's doing. These photos should be arriving in the corner. So yeah, it's really taken off. Pretty sure it's actually a French bean now, not a runner bean. And then lastly, thank you for everybody who has ordered some t-shirts. They're being dispatched out to you. If anyone's interested in ordering one, just drop me an email in the my email's in the description box. What else can I say? I'll come up soon. Tomorrow I'm going to have a go at germinating my radish. It's not radish, my chilies. My friend Kenzie, who I sent the chilies to, has already managed to germinate his. I'm going to do some in pots and some in the heated propagator. And I'm also going to have a go at growing some mushrooms, which I've never done before, so that should be interesting. But yeah, the weather's beautiful, and the garden's coming on nicely. I hope you're all doing well. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.